Good evening. The days-long encampment on the University of Minnesota's Northrop Mall is now cleared after the school's interim president announced this morning he had reached an agreement with the pro-Palestinian protesters. The two sides met for the first time yesterday and hashed out several issues, including amnesty.
All of it, the president says, to ensure protesters don't disrupt any more finals or commencement ceremonies. Jennifer Hoff is following up on what else they agreed to. Jennifer?
Julie, there were 6 items in all, and while that interim president condemned some of these tactics, he also called these conversations productive and committed to regular meetings with the protesters. But a former Board of Regents member says that is a slippery slope.
It's mostly quiet on the University of Minnesota's campus, aside from the sounds of cleanup after protesters set up an encampment on the Northrop Mall 4 days ago. Part of a nationwide movement against Israeli actions in Gaza, killing thousands of Palestinians.
I've never seen anything like this on campus.
Former Board of Regents member Michael Hsu calls the solution to disperse the camp a slippery slope.
This is probably the best outcome they could achieve, but really they're kicking the can down the road and they're basically forcing the next president to deal with these situations.
We had a very constructive.
The school's interim president, Jeff Ettinger, announced this morning the two sides agreed on several issues after meeting for the first time yesterday, including addressing board members about selling off investments it has with companies tied to Israel and not arresting or charging anyone for the week's activities. All of it to ensure finals and commencement ceremonies can continue.
Once you give in to these types of behaviors and then not have any accountability, then you really are just inviting trouble for the future.
In a statement, Ettinger wrote the school regrets these meetings didn't happen sooner, but also acknowledged he doesn't condone tactics outside its policies that led to the closure of more than a dozen buildings during what's still a time of uncertainty for many.
The university needs to do a better job on safety in general, and I think in this particular case, they did not do a good job looking after the safety of students and faculty and staff.
And those buildings, by the way, that were closed opened at noon today, about the same time that Ettinger said university leaders would also be meeting with Jewish student groups, while those protesters are expected to also be able to address the Board of Regents at its meeting next week. Julie?
All right. Thank you, Jennifer.